Hi guys, and welcome to Geroid Reviews and to this review of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So I haven't done any of these types of reviews for quite a while, and I really wanted to get into them. As you know, editing and all of that takes a lot of time, so that's why I am choosing the live format a lot of the times. But this time I wanted to do like a full-fledged review in the hopes that I'm gonna make it as fast as humanly possible and in the way that I can and in the way that you're still gonna get it, and I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I want to obviously make it very good and awesome for you guys, but because I'm dealing with so many things and working on so many things, some things gotta give. So basically I'm trying to test what I can do and what cannot do, what is productive, what is not productive for the future. So your feedback on this is going to be also very important. Without further ado guys, let's get into the latest Call of Duty game.
Those run. Let's see who's on. Perimeter's open, Kate. Moving in.
Handed on straight control to you now, 3-1. Air assets are on yours.
So I've been playing Call of Duty games for years now, since I was a kid, since I started to play AAA games. I have a pretty good idea of all the Call of Duty games, well at least the recent more than 10 years now maybe of Call of Duty games, so I know them. And I love the campaign. This year we have a campaign, and this review is going to focus more on that aspect. So the campaign guys is really awesome and I really love it. The only problem with it actually is mainly the length of it. It's pretty short and I didn't feel that the story was fleshed out too much, and it did end too abruptly for me, and I really wanted more and more. There was also that problem that occurred with most PCs where the cutscenes are really stuttering and they're skipping frames and all of that. I did stream the whole campaign for you, so my walkthrough of the campaign is here on the channel and you can check it out. So the graphics were amazing. This is one of the best graphics that I ever seen in my life on the campaign. The story, once again, it's not written like perfectly or anything like that. It's not that easy to follow sometimes because we are expected to understand everything from the dialogue that the characters have between each other. Sometimes that's kind of difficult because they're trying to sound cool, they're trying to explain stuff in a very modern way and hip, and to sound like, oh, well this and the objective and we're going to, I don't know, I can't quote it anymore. I forgot particular lines of it because, yeah, of course, I already got past it, but the point is, sometimes it's really engaging and you kind of want to listen and you kind of want to pay attention, but because there's so much that they're talking about in terms of power dynamics, who is who is doing what and why, it's kind of difficult to, follow it, but in the end of the day, you understand the overall premise. But I don't think that it's perfect quite yet, not even close, but at least you are connecting to the characters enough so you can be motivated to continue to play and to further explore what is behind the next corner and what is basically the next thing that's gonna happen with these characters into the game. The main female character is also interesting, and I did enjoy seeing how she grew up in the conditions that she grew up with her brother. I'm not going to get into particular spoilers here. I got to play her as a kid, and you really feel the war factor. I mean, you really feel how it is to live in a war, to be there. It's extremely dreadful to feel that, and the game is doing an amazing job of making you feel what is happening and why it's happening, to make you feel that dread and that evil side of war. It's really not making it seem like it's something very cool to be at war, just the opposite. The game is doing a great job to show you that yes, you do have to be a very good soldier, you have to have your morals in place, you have to be able to distinguish, to differentiate between good and bad, and you have to somehow sustain your humanity in these situations and not be a bad person, not lose yourself as a human being and your humanity when you're placed in such conditions of war. You do see some war crimes, other things, but they're not as much as emphasized, they're not in your face, they're just something that is the part of the reality there. It's not forced and it's pretty much organic. So the word here in this campaign and how the story and what you see is placed, structured and implied is pretty much very organic, and that is why the campaign works so well, and that is why a lot of people enjoy the story, and that is why I enjoyed the story and the campaign. The only thing that I would say again that's on the negative side is that indeed this is very short campaign. I would love it to see more missions because it kind of ended in an open way, and we could have definitely traveled to another location and continue with the story, because pretty much that is how it ended. It ended with another thing, another mission that came out, other perspectives and branches of the story that this could have gone to, but it never did. It was pretty bad that at the end of my experience with the game, they updated it and the cutscenes started to, go very well and not stutter and all of those things that I experienced, and a lot of other gamers that did experience with the very, very bad performance on the cutscenes. So I did get to enjoy the cutscenes at the end. But again, guys, motion capture in this game is superb, graphics amazing, actors' performance and dialogue pretty awesome, and this is definitely one of the best looking games that we ever had. They achieved this through their new engine, and you can watch Digital Foundry's breakdown on the engine and how does it work, how it actually processes objectives as you come close to them with your character is very, very interesting. I do recommend watching Digital Foundry's channel if you haven't already. They're like one of the best in terms of tech analysis of games. And so guys, a campaign just great, but shouldn't been longer. I'll definitely give the campaign an 8 out of 10. And let's see if this is something that is very promising for the future. The multiplayer. Multiplayer is like always, it's not fun, but it requires you to stay there, to play, and to dedicate half your life on the freaking multiplayer. This is not me. I have to focus on a lot of other games, so I can't just, I don't really have any incentive to continue to play the game after I finish the campaign, because every time the multiplayer is one and the same. You come, you die, you come, you die, you come, you die, and it's just not that fun for me. The gunplay is a lot better this time around. I think you have very good impact, feel of everything that you're shooting with, all the weapons. You don't feel like enemies are just punches. Feels very good impact, which was not the case with some of the previous Call of Duty games. But just the problem is that it does require you to, of course, play it to get good and to be fun, which I don't have time for. So Call of Duty multiplayer is what you expect to be, just a bit improvements I do think here and there and get on it. I do have to compare it with Battlefield because they did have this ground mode where it's very similar to what Battlefield proposes in terms of a structure, how you see the map when you're about to respawn, choose your class. But I do think that Battlefield does that better, and I do enjoy it more there. The maps are better there, again the graphics are better there, the gunplay is great, and you do feel like you're playing a combination between Battle Royale and a true war in real time. So I do think that in that kind of a way, Battlefield does this better. Again, I'm optimistic for the future and how they're going to learn from this first try, if you can call it the first try. But that is it, guys. Campaign great. I would love to play the campaign in general, keeping my fingers crossed that once again we're going to get a very quality game, and please make it longer because we all know what we're going to get for the multiplayer for the most part, but the campaign is very, very important. It could give a lot of value, and it could be the reason that some people would buy the game, actually not the multiplayer. We are already having multiplayers for so many other games, so I think that they should be focusing on the campaign and on the single player and story driven aspect. That's going to be a lot more memorable in the long run for a lot more people. So that is my review of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, one of the best Call of Duties ever, I would call it. Overall, I give the game an 8 out of 10. And let me know what you think in the comments, guys. If you'd like to support me, you can check the links down below. I stream on Twitch every Wednesday in Bulgarian, my own language, and occasionally I stream there in English, and here too on YouTube if you want to watch my gaming streams. Let me know if you like this format of a review. That's very, very important for me, so I can get your feedback and see if these types of reviews are watched enough. So that could motivate me, of course, to make more. So let me know, guys. It's very, very important. Till next time with me, Gary G Reviews. Bye, guys.